Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Anthony Fowler ahead of his highly anticipated return to action. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you? All good?
Yeah, all good, thank you. It got announced on Friday night, 5 shows in total, but obviously that we're here to talk about your next fight against Jorge Fortea of Spain. IBF number 15, and I guess the first thing to ask, was that the main attraction in him as an opponent, that it's the governing body you're not yet in the top 15 for? You are for 2 others.
Uh, yeah, I think for Shane it was. Yeah, I just Shane texted me the night before saying you might be fighting this kid, so I had a little watch him and looks at he lad. He went 12 rounds at a Russian who I think's number one with the IBF. Knows his way around the ring, and it should be a good fight.
Yeah. Styles would seem to mesh by the look of it. You were out in action last, obviously at Fight Camp. Good stoppage win there over Adam Harper. What? When you look back at that, how happy were you with the performance? Because I know a lot of the stuff you were working on with Shane seemed to come out in that fight.
Yeah, I was happy, mate. I think I showed a little bit more variety in my game. Showed a little bit more variety in my shots and me style, a bit more looser and relaxed. But Adam Harper's a good tough lad, but like I said before the fight, he's trying to make me look good because he just comes forward to fight and his hands there. So I knew I'd look good in that fight. But this next kid is a bit more of a challenge because he's going to be moving a bit more unorthodox. So in this fight, I'm going to really test myself and see how I can adapt my new style with Shane against a lot more of elusive, tricky opponent. So it should be good to see where I'm at.
It's one of the most important things in this fight, given his style, is that you remain patient and disciplined, regardless of how difficult he is to pin down.
That's exactly right, mate. I've got to step up now. I've been pro a few years now. I've had over 14 fights, so it's about time now that I've stepped up the levels. And the lad is ranked in the top 15 in the world. He's no mug, he knows his way around the ring, like I said. So I've got to be in there calm. I've got to be ready for a long fight because he's not going to go down easy and he's going to be hard as a pin down and catch. So I've got to keep my composure and do I'm told in my corner and follow the game plan.
And as you alluded to, you've been pro for a while now, former Olympian, of course. You'll be 30 later this year, well, in a few months, actually. You probably won't thank me for reminding you of that. But you're banging your physical peak now and under a trainer who seems to really understand you. You've gelled
I'll
really
say
well.
that.
Yeah. With Shane, you seem to have gelled really well. Is 2021 a year where you really want to push on towards the
Yeah.
fringes of a world title shot?
Yeah, I do, but I do feel like I'm coming to my own a bit this year. But there's no point messing around about me time to find all my fights. I've been quite comfortable all my fights, so it's time to like push on now and see what level I'm at. There's no point fighting like the likes of Adam Harper at English title level. I want to be a contender. I want to be British, European, world champion. I've got to be fighting these kids and beating them well. So it's about time that I tested myself and the likes of this 48 top 50 in the world. I beat him, a boxer at Ted Cheeseman, and then Sergio Garcia. That type of standard I want this year. I don't want to be fighting like random domestic anymore. I want to be pushing on now and trying to test myself.
And you mentioned Cheeseman there. Is that likely? Because obviously that's on a matchroom show, Cheeseman against Metcalf for the vacant British. Is that a likely fight, the two winners of your fights facing each other?
Yeah, I think obviously Eddie wants me to fight Fitzgerald still and do myself, but I'm not sure what he's doing. I thought he would have got announced on that lineup. He never. So if he doesn't fight in February, March, I'm not waiting around for him. You know what I mean? I've been trying to wait around for over a year now, and he's obviously got his own personal problems, which I wish him well. But it's about my career. I need to keep moving forward. I can't just be this is the last term. It's been what 18 months, and I've been chasing that rematch all the time, asking for it every fight. It hasn't come off. So the likes of Cheeseman, Sergio Garcia, James Metcalf, these types of big names, they're good fighters and they're hungry and they're in the gym and they're active. So I'm happy to fight all these and then see where I'm at. But I still want the rematch, and so does Eddie, and I think the Cheryl probably does. But unless it happens in this next few months, I'm trying to move past it.
And you, Lawrence Okoli, Chris Billum Smith, you're all training for big fights at the moment around the same times. How much of a boost is that to the gym overall that you're all going for big fights in the same period?
Yeah, it's great. It makes it a little bit less lonely. Don't get me wrong, I'd be the same on my own, better being I'd still be working just as hard, but Chris is a lovely lad. Lawrence is funny, mate. Lawrence makes you laugh, them days where you're aching. He's just a funny guy, mate. He lives in his own world. He's hilarious. And he trains really hard as well, give him his due. So it's good to have them around. Like, for Lawrence's last fight, for example, he was sparring 12 rounds most weeks, 12 rounds Monday, 12 rounds Wednesday. So over Christmas, I copied him. I got a few sparring patterns and I was doing. I done 12 rounds Christmas Eve. So like, I thought, you know what? Lawrence is doing it. Work for him. I'm going to do it myself. So I've been pushing myself and watching people at that level. I'll be training, but I watched them into my game as well. So it's good to be surrounded by world-class boxers as well as a world-class trainer.
And we talked about Shane McGuigan. Obviously, he certainly is a proven world-class trainer, but what we've seen with him, he's had Chris Billum-Smith for longer than he's had yourself and Lawrence, but the improvements in you and Lawrence are very clear to see. Yeah, very clear to see the improvements in the two of you and former GB Olympians as well. So maybe there was more to change in a way, although a strong basis to build on. What is Shane's secret, if you like? How is he able to get these improvements out of already high quality boxers?
He's fighting old with me. Like, I even said to him, I don't know so much about boxing, right? I don't think I don't know so much, but he just said like he's picked it up over the years, and obviously his dad's being the highest level, his dad's being on the block, so obviously he's picked his dad's brain and he's learned his knowledge, and he's really passionate saying about his job. Like if you represent his gym, he's like gonna put everything into he wants you to look good and win for yourself and his gym. So he's just a really good coach, mate, and I really enjoy working at with him. And I feel as though this camp, especially, I'm starting to adapt a lot more. Like I feel much better now than I did last camp. Like last camp was really hard for me last camp because with that lockdown, I was just eating all kinds of food, and I never really have much time for the gym. But because the gyms are all closed, I was still training. I was eating all the food, and I put on like something 2 stone or so. And when Shane phoned me for the fight, I had to lose a lot of weight, and I had like 8 weeks, and so I was literally training every single day. I wasn't having no rest days. I was doing like 13 days on, 1 day off, and it was really hard for me to get the weight down and to maintain me technique and me stamina and stuff. So the last camp was really hard, but this camp I'm eating 4 or 5 times a day, and I feel great. So I'm hoping in my next fight that shows again.
What will we be expecting from you in the next fight? Obviously a win, but how important is it how you look and how you get the win alongside just getting the result?
Yeah, it's always good, but I'm trying to build a brand as well as get the results, but I don't really care much anymore about looking good and pleasing the crowd. I want to just win the fight. Like, what I learned the most in that defeat against Fitzgerald was I was fighting for the crowd. I was trying to knock them out. I went and I went on points, and I put a lot into the early rounds, and then in the middle round, my stamina died a little bit because I was so intense in the knockouts and I was so pumped up. Where now, if you rematch again, it'll be a completely different story. I'll be really calm. I'll be really relaxed. I'll be thinking. I'll have a game plan in my head. I won't be going out there to knock them out. I don't really care about knocking them out. I care about beating them and getting revenge. And moving forward, all my fights now, I'm taking emotion out of it and trying to use my brains and be smart. So I've got a lot of natural power and a lot of natural aggression. So I don't really need to look for it. It just comes natural to me. And that's how I got so far in my career. Just being relaxed and not looking for it. Whereas in that fight, I let it get personal and I was trying to hurt him. And that's where I went wrong. So I learned from my mistakes in life, and that's no difference.
And do you ever have a look at who's there and thereabouts at world level at 154 at the moment and think about fights you need to get there? Are you someone who looks on BoxRec and kind of picks people out?
I'm not, I probably was a while ago, but when I lost that fight, I thought, you know what, let's just take one step at a time, mate. I haven't even proven I'm the best in Britain yet. Unless I beat Fitzgerald and Cheeseman, I can't say I'm the best in England. I can't. So I need to be beating them types and then move on to the European. Beat like Sergio Garcia, which would be a great fight. I could potentially boxing next after this Fortea. That'd be a great fight for me. And that would be delighted then that I can say, you know what, let's have it with the big boys. But until then, until I prove myself at this level, I can't start calling out the big names or even looking, because it's pointless.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Well, really appreciate your time as always, especially after a hard day's training. You, not me. And hopefully get to see you in person sometime soon. Obviously, get to see anyone in person sometime soon would be nice.
I hope so. Mate. Really nice one, then. Go on, nice one, Danny, mate.
Cheers, mate. Take care, and I'll see you soon.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye, mate. Bye.